Hey, just catching myself a second cup of coffee. Welcome to the studio. I'm so glad you're here. I'm always glad you're here. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Are you feeling Easter? I'm feeling Easter. I have an idea. I want to keep track of some of the days in the week that leads up to Easter. It's a super important Holy Week for me. But what I'm going to show you today can be used for any holiday or any project or any idea. Trust me, you're going to want to see this. Have you picked up the stitch slots yet? I love this die. It's a Tim Holtz Sizzix die. It's a thinlet. I've used it before in a card idea, which I think might be the idea behind it. I don't know, but we're going to incorporate it in this flip book, mini album, interactive card. I don't know what you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Let's just pull out all our favorite things and let's play with the stitch slots. Hey, okay, let's go. I am so excited to see what happens here because, as you well know, I don't have a complete plan, so you get to kind of journey this with me. And I know those of you who have been so faithful to this channel that you have been waiting for me to come out with a mini album for a while. And I'm pretty sure there's still a couple out there you would like me to process. Can you just remind me in the comments below? Because there's so much happening in my life right now. But this has been on my mind for a couple days now. And I wanted to make a journal, maybe. I don't even know what to call this, guys. Mini album, journal, interactive card. You're going to see here in a minute that this can just be so many things, which I love that idea. I love that. And so let's go. All right. So I have this punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. And it's the word punch board. I haven't even taken it out of the box. I'm like some of you guys with your Mink machine, having not even taken it out of the box, but let's just move on from there. So that's going to be part of today. I've been back into the seam binding and I just love seam binding and I love that we can color it. And so I grabbed the Tattered Rose, one of my most favorite shades in the distress line that Tim Holtz has. So if you don't have that, you're going to want that. Okay. And always and forever, as long as these last, these definition stickers, this is the Art Walk definition stickers, and I love them. Adore them, adore them. And these are still around, guys. The Heidi Swapp designer dies with this hello, and it's spring and it's Easter, so it's time to bring the florals out again. Right. And hey, just little blurb here. This is a scrapbook.com 4x4 plastic envelope. It's a storage envelope. I'll link it below because I love storing my dies in here. Unless, of course, they come by way of Tim Holtz and Sizzix because these already come in a plastic container, but sometimes dies don't. And so this is a great alternative and they fit in the same holder. And maybe I should do a post on that sometime. Okay. We have played with this die. There's another die in here. There we go. We have played with this die before. This is called Stitched Slots, and I will link to another video where I've utilized this before, but this is going to be part of today's book as well. Mini album, card, journal. Okay, I grabbed some labels here just because I love labels. I have some vellum because I'm going to want to use that punch board with the vellum. So guys, if you don't have yourself a big old stack of vellum, you need it because vellum is just the best. And a couple of patterns of Art Walk. Just you choose whatever you love. I'm just feeling Easter and spring and pink. Let's go. Okay, so I've grabbed my favorite We Are Memory Keepers trimmer and scoreboard. Because to start, I know already I want this book to be, I'm going to keep calling it book. So don't be thrown off because I call it book. It's just where my head is going right now. So I'm going to trim off, of course, the little manufacturer strip because I was looking at this side and I want, if this is going to be seen inside, I want this to show. Okay, so we're going to go 6 inches tall. It's kind of a common height in a lot of my mini albums that I posted here on my channel. So we're going to take this at 6 inches with this dot being the front. Okay, now we get to play a little bit and you can see how my mind works a little bit here. This is going to be in the middle, right? So I think what we're going to do is, this is going to be about a 6x4" book, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm lining this up here. Here's 4 and here's 8, which leaves 4 inches and 4 inches, right? And actually, I think I might even bring it over between 5 inches and 9 inches, which that will give me a 3-inch flap, right? And we'll probably end up trimming this up a bit. We'll see. It just depends on how I decide to have my flap go inside. I might kind of steal the idea that Heidi did last year when she made one of these for Easter. Totally different, but she just had it kind of, you'll see, slotted inside. Okay, so let's just go for it. Let's score this. Okay, so this is across here. Here's my 12-inch mark, and I have this all the way up against the cut mark here. So my inches are lined up. So we're going to score here at 5 inches. We're going to score at 9 inches, which leaves me with a 4-inch middle. I'm just going to look at this from this side here for a minute, because I might have already changed my mind. Because I do that. I'm going to have it closed like this. This will come over and this will come over on top. Here's the deal. Obviously, this is too long. This is 4 inches. So I'm going to trim this to be about, let's go 3 1/4, because I'd rather go a little long instead of short. Actually, let's go with 4. I'm going to look at it. Let's go inside 4. Okay, we're at 4, cutting off that extra flap. So now I have 4 inches here, 4 inches here, and this is going to go like this. But see, it's a little blah, right? So what we're going to do here is just trim another 1/4 inch of this off. And if I want to cut more later, I can. If not, it's going to be like this. Now this is going to fold inside each other. Really cool. Cute little journaly thing. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is the same thing with this one, because I actually wanted this paper to be inside here. So again, 6 inches with your next pattern paper. Nine and 5. And this is going to be a little inside 4. Fold this up. When this gets in place, we seem to have made, we're going to massage our fold here. What is going to happen here for attaching these, because this is just going to give us some more pages, we are going to either staple, or you can sew on this seam, keeping that open, or staple or sew on this seam and keeping that open. There's a lot of things we can do here. We're going to keep it just kind of basic right now, and maybe some other time I'll come in here and show you another idea. What I've gone ahead and done is sewed on these 2 folds. So here we are at the beginning, open, open. And at this point I have a flap here and a flap here. What I want to do here is add in 2 strips of adhesive, so then I have a little pocket right here. I'm just using an 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive. It adheres really well, especially when you're making pockets or you are binding books, or just something that you know you really don't want it to come apart. So the scrapbook.com 8-inch double-sided is just one of my favorite go-to adhesives, and for this very purpose right here. So this will just make a simple pocket, and we're just going to leave this pocket for right now, but just so you kind of know where I'm going where I'm going with this is when this is closed like this, well, there's opportunity for this little interactive piece right here. So I think that's fun. Okay, I've grabbed my vellum sheet of paper and I trimmed out 4x6 panel. I want to have a panel just right here in the middle. And it's not going to matter. The adhesive shows through the vellum because the stitched slots is going to be in the middle. And it's going to cover that up. So that is fine. So now I'm going to grab another pattern of paper, and I have gone ahead and trimmed out my stitched slots, which is going to go right here. When you adhere in the stitched slots, I'm using this Smart Glue by scrapbook.com, and I'm just going to place the adhesive the very outside of this die cut, because I need those slots to stay open because that's what things are going to slot into, right? And then I'm just going to adhere this down to the middle panel of my little book journal here. And there you go. I've used this tag stencil from scrapbook.com. It's this whole set of tags that come in all these different sizes, using it all the time. But I grabbed a size that I thought would fit inside my slots. So I trimmed down already several of my scrap papers. And so they're going to just tuck right in here and add the extra dimension of interactive. I mean, it's the whole idea behind the stitched slots, right? So I'm just going to tuck those in here for now. I'm going to put a little thumb notch here. Haven't quite decided what I'm doing with this extra little flap, and that's okay. I don't have to. It might just evolve as I use my book, but that way, just got a little thumb notch there. I'm not going to embellish this side quite yet. The stitched slot come with this extra little stencil as well, so I am going to layer this here with some embellishments. I took this stencil. I cut these from Vellum. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to them, and they're going to sit over here. I'm going to keep them, not going to completely glue them down all the way. You know how you want an embellishment to float? Well, that's the idea here. I'm just going to kind of let this float a little bit here on this side of the page. And with this other one as well. To just basically speed this up, throw some music in the background, and you can watch me finish embellishing this. But there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of options here for still adding to this album for sure. So just kick back, grab a cuppa, and I'm going to just add some more elements to our interactive book.